Welcome to LeonCo and welcome to your weekly video. Welcome to LeonCo, and we are on week 2 for our topic on how to prepare for the perfect storm. And on this week's video, we'll be discussing how can you prepare yourself with your credit card. Yes, we discussed that in the perfect storm, one of the biggest factors that could be a catalyst for the perfect storm is credit card debt. It's people not paying their credit cards. Well, you have to be smart when it comes to your credit cards, if you have one, if you have many, or if you have none. Because credit cards could be a useful tool, but it could also be the downfall for your credit, for your finances, and for your debt. So be very smart when it comes to credit cards. So we want to discuss how could you prepare yourself, or how tips that you can use your credit card very smartly when it comes to facing a financial crisis or just facing the day-to-day. So let's jump right to it. When it comes to a credit card, as we mentioned before, credit cards could be a great tool, but credit cards are also one of the trickiest subjects when it comes, because they give you a false sense of money that you have. If you have a big credit card line, maybe you think that you have that $15,000, $20,000 in your pocket, when in reality, that is just a credit line that can become into a big whopping debt with big whopping interests. So you have to be very careful when you use them. And my best recommendations that we use them day to day is every time you use that credit card, try to pay it off as quickly as possible. And what do we mean by this? Maybe you use your credit card to go and get some gas for your car. Maybe just go to the movies or so on, get a quick bite of dinner with your spouse, with your partner, and you just use it maybe 2-3 times a month. Our recommendation is, if you have the money to spend that with cash and you decide to use your credit card because you want to pay it on smaller lumps of money, try to use this technique. Every time you use that credit card, try to pay it off 2, 3, or 4 days after you use it. Why is this? Because if you use that credit card and you pay it quickly, you won't pay interest. You won't build up debt. You will be easing off that debt quickly, and the credit score will go up. You will evade having to pay debt, having to pay interest, and your credit score will go up. And that is why you use credit cards. You use them to have a good credit, but you use it as well as to have that spare money when you need it. So this is a great technique that you can use to use your credit card smartly and avoid interest and avoid building up debt. But let's say that you have already debt in your credit cards. Well, this is a great opportunity for you to start thinking and be smart with that debt. You should sit down and analyze, where is my debt? How much is my debt, and how much interest I'm paying for that debt? Don't settle for paying just the minimum in your credit cards. Try to pay a little bit more, because if you just pay the minimum, those interests will skyrocket and that debt will start rocket as well. Keep in mind that credit cards have one of the biggest interest rates in the market. So if you believe that you're just spending just small amounts of money, but you're not paying them quickly, those small amount of monies with interest will be building up exponentially. So keep this in mind. Be smart with your credit cards. And why is this? As we mentioned before, credit cards give you a false sense of security with money. They provide you money, quote unquote, that you don't have. And when you start using that money that you don't have and don't have the facility to pay it off, this could be a long-term problem, because you will be building up debt. And if you don't pay that debt, your credit score will be crashing down to the bottom. So if you're preparing for a financial economic crisis, having good credit is crucial, because if at one point you need to refinance your house, if at one point you need to refinance a loan, having a good credit score will give you that facility, will give you that opportunity. And if you are build up debt in credit cards that you did not pay, believe me that your financial institutions or your bank will not give you that consideration. So this is very important when it comes to being smart with your credit cards. So if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe to our channel. On week 3, we'll be discussing the house market and how can you prepare for the house market crash if it happens. So very important, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, but always remember to have that king mentality.